People have forgotten about the Seventh Amendment, where you have the absolute right to a jury trial. You ought to take a hard look and say, you know, do I believe enough in that jury system? I happen to still believe in the jury system. You know, some try to do it by boards and commissions, and some do it by committee, and we do it with just everyday people judging the actions and inactions of others. And I tell juries that oftentimes at the very beginning of an opening statement, that there's no better system in the whole world than our jury system. Usually clients find me by word of mouth, somebody I've represented in the past. I tell everybody that if you feel that I've been fair with you, please tell somebody else. My experience has been focused largely on products liability cases, premises liability, auto negligence type cases, construction accident type cases, and liquor liability, to just name a few. Sometimes people have misconceptions about their case in the sense that they will sometimes think that when somebody blames them for being at fault, that means that they don't have a case at all. That's just not true. We have a fault-based system in Arizona where everybody participates in a share of the pie, if fault is a pie, and everybody gets a percentage. Plaintiffs who come to me know that I can fairly evaluate a case. I'd like to say that I take into account all of the factors, the strengths of witnesses, the likability of the client, the likability of the opposition, if you will. When I represent a plaintiff, I know what the insurance company is looking for, what they need. Ordinarily, it's documentation, documentation, documentation. Now, even if you provide all the documentation that you think is reasonably necessary for an insurance company, sometimes it's still not enough. And so you have to have the ability to speak to that insurance company and or their attorney and convince them that your side is going to carry the day. I should be retained as quickly as possible so that the facts are fresh. My investigators can interview witnesses, document the memories that are fresh in people's minds, because as time goes on, memories fade. And what is said early on following an accident is considered in a court of law much more reliable than what is said a month later, 6 months later, a year later, and 2 years later. You should consider me for your attorney because I'll be fair, I'll be straightforward from the very beginning, and I'll get you the maximum possible amount on your case after a fair and complete and thorough evaluation.